I hope everyone is doing fantastic today. It was a rough couple weeks there for a while, and it's a beautiful day today. We've had a lot of snow, more snow coming, but one really wonderful thing about Colorado, or the area that I live in, is that we get lots of sunshine, even though we get lots of snow. So I'm okay with that. Well, this week we are celebrating my birthday week and anybody else who has birthdays this week. So if it's your birthday this week, last week, or next week, or any time in the, near future, happy birthday. Someone asked me the other day, how can I be celebrating my 40th wedding anniversary and only be 40 years old? And I said, it's really special math. In December, we had our 40th wedding anniversary. And actually, on Friday, our Friday fun day, we are going to have a virtual birthday party. I've got something fun for you to do, to make, and a giveaway that, well, not really a giveaway, but I guess it's for everybody. And I'll have that all ready for you on Friday. So be sure and tune in for Friday birthday fun day this week on Friday. All righty. So what's everybody drinking today? I've got my special cup here. It says, hooray, it's my birthday. Now, I don't drink alcohol. I have in the past, but I don't drink alcohol anymore at all. And so what I'm drinking here is one of my favorite juices. It is mango, cranberry, grape. And what I do is I buy the cranberry grape and I buy the cranberry mango and I mix them together. And it's really good if you put a little Sprite in it to make it bubbly. But to be honest with you, when I start having a little bit of kidney issues, I drink cranberry juice. So it worked out good today. It's really good and refreshing. There's something about adding that Sprite to it. Makes it bubbly, so it's super, super good. The other thing that is my favorite to drink is ice cold water with just slices of lemons that I've squished in there. That is one of the most refreshing things for me to drink as well. All right, now we're going to just jump right in to today's conversation because I don't want it to take too long because it is going to take a couple minutes. But one of the things that I get asked all the time is my washcloth or hat or whatever you're crocheting up, and it'll be on the exact same video. They'll say, mine came out too big or mine came out too small. And that's a common problem because we all have different tension. I don't mean stress, but it does affect your tension when you crochet. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. One thing I wanted to mention is a couple weeks ago I was talking about crochet hooks. And it was the day that I had a little bit of technical issues, so I was a little bit flustered. And I said something that I meant wasn't incorrect, it just wasn't very clear. And so I've got these two big Q hooks, and I want you to look at them and see how they're different. When you get a hook like this, that's more of what I would call a shepherd's hook look, that is your boy style, B-O-Y-E style crochet hook. It doesn't mean it's a boy brand, it's just that style. When it is more sharp on the edge like this, and it's cut up, you can see how different the top of these two is, or are. Great English. This is more the Bates, Susan Bates style. And both of them work the same because the measurement is taken through here, which is called the shank. These are both Q hooks. Let me look. Yeah, they're both Q hooks. And these big plastic ones don't have it on there. So I take a permanent marker and write it on the bottom. I just wanted to talk about that for a second because these are the two most seen or known about style crochet hooks. There are lots of different brands, but these are just the two styles. Some people prefer the Bates style, which this is not the bait style. This is the boy style. And some people prefer the bait style. They're both the same. The measurements are the same because the measurement is taken from what's called this portion right here and right here. Now this one has a place to put your thumb. And let me see. It is, yeah. And I like that. I don't really like using these great big hooks because I have short fingers and I have arthritis, and I don't like the big hooks. A lot of people with arthritis like them. Everybody has different preferences. And so let's talk a little bit about sizing and crochet. I'm going to click over here to my top camera, and I have 2 crochet hooks sitting out there. They're both boy style, but actually I bought them at Hobby Lobby, and they are the Yarn Bee, I think, brand. And this is my favorite kind of hook. And I bought them in actually my husband bought them for me in a set. It's a metal hook, but it has a plastic handle. It's just my favorite style of crochet hook. And again, everybody can use a different size. I mean, a different style. Okay? Now, what we're going to discuss today is, do those sizes matter? I have a J hook here, and I have an H hook. An H hook here. 5 millimeter H, 6 millimeter J hook. And you can see clearly that the shank part, which is right here, this one is smaller than this one. And this is where, if you're making, say, just your basic beanie hat, and it's coming out a little too big, you can go down a hook size or 2. And there is one in between these two. There's an I hook as well. And you can always, if it's coming out too big, and you're making it with a J hook, you can always go down to an I or an H. If it's coming out too small, you can always go up to an I or a J. And so you can adjust that when you're working on a pattern. The reason this is super duper important is because it does make a difference, and everybody has different tension. Now I have these 2 circles here. I made them exactly the same. It's 3 rows of double crochet. I stitched the patterns exactly the same, and I'm going to stitch one up so you can see it, and you'll be able to find this crochet pattern. I'll put that link in the notes underneath this video. So if you want this circle pattern, it makes a great coaster. You can put 2 together, make scrubbies, stuff like that. All right, so it's 3 rows of double crochet stitched exactly the same. I stitched the green one with this J hook, and I stitched this pink one with the H hook. And I want you to see the difference in the size. Now I'm going to set it at the bottom so you can see, and then we'll set it in the middle. Okay? Here's my tape measure, and again, tape measure is one of the most important tools in your crochet bag. All right, this one measures just a little over 3 inches, and this one measures about 4. And so if you're making something and it's coming out too tight, you can go up a hook size and loosen it up a little. If you're making something and it's coming out too big, you can go down a hook size or 2 and tighten up those stitches. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my H hook. I'm going to set those up there. And I'm going to show you how to stitch this up so that you can test your own tension. All right, let me make sure I've got my pattern here so I can see it. So we're going to begin with our slip knot, and we're going to chain 4 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and I'm just using I love this cotton in a kind of a orangish coral color. It's a little bit mottled. It's not as solid. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to stitch 10 double crochets in the 4th chain from the hook. Our chain 3 counts as our first one, so we'll stitch 9 more. So yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, and go through the second 2. All right, so now I need to stitch 8 more double crochets. And I'm doing this just a little bit fast. And if it's too fast for you, you can always rewatch and pause as needed. And you also can adjust the speed of the video on YouTube. Now, not during the live video, of course, but come back and watch it and slow it down. All right. All right, let's see how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need one more. 10 double crochets because we stitched this chain 3 is 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 double crochets for 10 double crochets. We're going to join to the top of that chain 3 with a slip stitch and chain 3. Now, if you would prefer to do the magic circle on your circle, you certainly can. I just like this way for this project. All right, so now for row 2, our chain 3 counts as 1 double crochet. We're going to double crochet in that same stitch as our chain 3, and then we'll stitch 1, whoops, get in there. We're going to stitch 2 double crochets in each of those double crochets. So for row 2, we're going to have 20 double crochets. And this makes a nice flat coaster. It's also great for just making scrubbies. You can do 1 layer of cotton and 1 layer of your scrubby yarn. And I've got one over there, one of my happy little scrubbies, and I'll show that to you as well. And that is a pattern you can find on YouTube. All right, I'm trying to go a little bit fast so it doesn't take up too much time. And this is a good way to test your tension. Take a simple pattern like this and try it out with several different crochet hooks. You can even go up higher in your millimeters or lower. And this will tell you if you are a loose crocheter or a tight crocheter. And I know I've mentioned this in the past. I tend to crochet loose, but when I knit tight. It's really interesting. All right, so let's count how many double crochets I've stitched. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. So we have 10 on the first row and 20 on the second. I'm going to again join to the top of that chain 3 and chain 3. Now this last row, we're just basically repeating what we did on row 2. Our chain 3 counts as our double crochet. We'll double crochet in the same stitch as our chain 3, and then we'll stitch 2. Get in there. That first one's always a little snug. We'll again stitch 2 double crochets in each of those double crochets around. And so on row 1 we had 10, on row 2 we have 20, and then on row 3 we're going to have 40 double crochets. All right, I'm trying to go fast so we can get around here. And again, you can always watch it later and slow it down or pause where needed. YouTube has lots of interesting ways to make your experience watching videos a lot better. Alrighty, about halfway through here. I know I'm going super duper fast. And again, you can find this simple pattern on my blog. It's the blog I always write every Tuesday. And I've been posting the link to it underneath the video, but also I'll do it on the community board so that you can find that. And if you need any of the links that we talk about, they'll be on there as well. I try to give you as much information as I can. I know I'm stitching super duper fast. Almost around here. Alrighty, just about there. I knew this would take a little bit of time. That's why I wanted to jump right into it and get going. Alrighty, one more set of 2 double crochets. There we go. Oops, in my haste I didn't finish. There we go. We'll do those 2 over. There we go. Alrighty, now I don't recommend you crochet as fast as I was just doing. It's not about crocheting quickly, it's about the process. Alright, so I'm going to again join to my chain 3, and I'm going to go ahead and chain 1 right there. Alright, let's see how it measures up to these 2. This is medium weight number 4. I love this cotton from Hobby Lobby, and I used an H hook. So it measures about the same as the other one I did on H hook. This is pink, peaches and cream. And this one is also peaches and cream. And of course, that one was done with our J hook. And this is a really good way for you to take a simple pattern and test your own gauge. Let me scoot back over here. My chair is a little squeaky. There we go. All right, so we've done this in the past with a square, and I wanted to do the circle. I was going to show you. It's over here. This is that happy little Scrubby. It's the same on the front that we did here. It's the same. And then I made a second one out of Scrubby yarn. I put them together and then just single crocheted around it and put a happy face on it. This is a pattern you'll find on my blog, on Ravelry, and on YouTube. Just search on YouTube for Happy Little Scrubby. It's a really neat way to use up a lot of leftover cotton and Scrubby yarn because it doesn't take very much. And I love these. I love having these around. I put them in my bathrooms because my husband works over in the shop and his hands get really dirty. But they're also perfect for washing your dishes. You can keep one in the bathtub to get that ring around the bathtub done. So, and these make great coasters too because they're the great size for coasters. Okay, so I hope that answered some of your questions about sizing. And remember, we all stitch differently. Okay, and it drives me nuts when people say the proper way to hold a crochet hook, or the proper way to close a hole, or the proper way to do this, that, and the other thing. When it comes to crochet, I get people all the time tell me, you did that wrong, you didn't do this, or you skipped that stitch instead of this stitch or something. And one thing we need to realize is that crochet is an art. And when we say it's an art, it means it's always changing, new colors, new yarns, new fibers, new hooks, all kinds of new things. And it's fun to learn those new things. There are plenty of techniques I don't know. That's why I always tell people, I am not an expert. I just want to share with you what I do know, and then we can learn together. That's why I love to do crochet alongs. I love to do the year-long ones where we can learn lots of new stitches and techniques. This year's crochet along, I am having so much fun designing. January, we did the Scrap Happy Drawstring Bag. It's a huge size bag. It's perfect for travel. It's perfect for shopping. It makes a great diaper bag. Someone told me that they use it for their diaper bag. And they just put all the stuff in there and they draw it up and take it with them. And another lady at my church uses it as her handbag. So, using up your scraps is a great way to make something useful and also really pretty. And I love using up our leftover scraps. Now, next Monday is our pattern number 2 for our Scrap Happy Crochet Along. And we are going to be using our leftover cotton yarns. Medium weight number 4 cotton yarns. So get in your cotton yarns, all those leftover balls and scraps of cotton that you have, and we're going to make something super fun, pretty, and useful again. I love making things that are useful. Okay, now, what happened this week at Posh Pooch Design? Well, we had a lot of fun, that's for sure. Okay, so the patterns are over here that we did. And just a reminder, anything that I show you as a new pattern, new video, new photo tutorial. They're all mine. I do not do other people's crochet patterns unless I have permission. And I do have permission this Friday from my daughter. So we're going to be doing one of my daughter's patterns this Friday with our Friday birthday fun day, okay? So I hope you'll tune in on Friday. And the thing about the Friday fun day, it is not a live video. But I try to get them done early, and I get people all the time like, are you doing the Friday fun day or not? And the thing is, it really depends on how busy YouTube is and how fast they can get the videos uploaded, depending on the time. I try to get them done and on YouTube by 2 in the afternoon because Friday is a super busy day. And it's always hard to get things loaded on Fridays. I guess a lot of people load stuff on Fridays, and so they're just crazy busy. Okay, so last Friday fun day, we did flowers. And I put her on this. I got this fun tag from my friend Kimberly. You've probably seen her in the group. She helps in the group. She's very cheerful. Got a tag in my throat here. Cheerful and helpful. And she sent this to me. It was kind of a funny thing because I don't have an H on my name, and everybody always puts an H on it. And I found this fun because it does not have the H. It is spelled correctly. Anyway, I'm going to hang this on my rearview mirror in my car. And someone told me it's against the law to hang things on your rearview mirror in some states. I looked it up. I couldn't find it anywhere, but I don't know why. But this is flowers, our bees. This is the blue one. I like her smile better. It's little. And we did these on Friday just for fun. They're just a little stuffy. And I'm going to make some more of these. I'm going to hang them in my garden. I don't know if it'll bring the bees around, but they're super cute. All right. The other thing we did was the heart-shaped hot pads. And I love these both. This one I did in acrylic yarns, and it's super thick because we're using 2 strands for the center portion of the hot pad. Now, remember, you can make these out of acrylic or whatever kind of yarns that you want. The thing is, make sure that you make it out of cotton like this one if you're going to use it to put anything hot out of the stove or off the oven on. Because remember, acrylic melts and it can burn your hand, okay? So this one is going to be used to have a candle on it sitting on my dining room table because it's acrylic. And you'll also notice I didn't do any in red. I have one started in red. Dark red is super hard to video. And so what I did is I did them in pink and purple. And I love them. They're nice and big. And they make great decorations as well. And someone asked me, can you make it into a bag? And you can. I have a Valentine goodie bag that is similar to this. It's a little bit smaller. And it's not double yarn, double thickness. It's just a simple one strand of yarn, I should say. I have a pillow and a bag that's heart-shaped. And you can find those, of course, on my YouTube channel as well. Okay, one thing you can do when you're searching for patterns, because I get lots of questions about baby things, and I don't really do very many baby things. It's just not my genre. I mean, I like babies, and I like, making tiny things, but the baby thing just isn't really my genre, and so I don't do a lot of them. I have some, but what you can do when you go to the YouTube channel, over on the right side, there's one of those little, looks like a magnifying glass. Click that, and then just put in what you're looking for, and it'll find it for you. Okay, if you're looking for baby hats, put that in there, and if I have videos on those will come up for you. Okay, I also have playlists with lots of things, and I do have a baby category. Same thing with like hats and all that stuff. I mean, search for it. They're in there, and I have so many videos now. Someone will ask me to look for something, and it'll take me 20 minutes because I'm not sure exactly what they want. When I get an email and it just says hats, I mean, I don't know what you're looking for except hats, and there's so many out there, And then I'll say, well, what kind of hats? Red. So you can search those, and you can also just search YouTube for lots of other patterns. There's a ton of crochet videos out there that are just fantastic. Take the time and look for those. Okay, the other thing we did was my Cupcake birthday hat. And the reason I updated this pattern is the yarn I originally did not, it was no longer available. And it was also a bulky 5. And a lot of people just didn't care for switching from the bulky 5 to the medium weight number 4. They felt like it made the hat too poochy. And I was kind of going for a poochy hat because I wanted it to look like a cupcake. And so what we did is this yarn here is a medium weight number 4 instead of the bulky 5. And we added this little extra ruffle, so it looks like the frosting on a cupcake. And then this portion, of course, is the same. And then, of course, we added the pom-pom, so it looks like a cherry. And it's a small pom-pom. I show you on the video how to make a little pom-pom. But this is really just basically a double crochet beanie. And then we stitch this on the front loops. I don't know, depending on which way. I can't remember if it's front loop, back loop. And then we do this on the front loop or back loop also. So it's up underneath. I can't remember on the pattern which way it goes because it depends on how you're holding the hat. So anyway, and this is one of those things where it fits a 22 to 24 inch head. But remember, when you're making hats, they're super stretchy. I get people all the time say, I have a big head, that's not going to fit me. But one thing you need to remember, when you go into a department store and you're buying hats, unless it's a cowboy hat or maybe a baseball hat, you know, knit hats are stretchy and they're not going to be like 10 sizes of men's stretchy beanies or women's stretchy beanies. It's just going to say ladies stretchy beanie or ladies beanie. And sometimes there might be a small and a medium large, but you're not going to have 10 different sizes. Okay, and that's because yarn is super duper stretchy. And this is another case where using a different size crochet hook can tighten up those stitches and make it smaller or make it bigger by going with a bigger hook. So keep that in mind as well. I'll probably be wearing this on Friday though. For our birthday, Friday Fun Birthday Day, or however, I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to say it. Friday, birthday fun birthday Friday day. I don't know. I don't know which one sounds better. Maybe you can tell me. Either way, it's going to be Friday Fun Day, okay? I do have another birthday pattern for you for tomorrow. Something fun and birthday-ish. And then, of course, on Friday, we're going to do one also. And I'm kind of excited about Friday. I'm excited that it's my birthday. And I don't mind really getting old. I mean, my mom always said it's better than the alternative, right? We have to age. We might as well. So, anywho. And I've gotten a lot of wonderful cards. And I got a few birthday gifts from people. And just all the wonderful people saying happy birthday, happy birthday. It means a lot to me because, you know, I always say I can't do this without all of you. And I really can't. I can't. If I don't have an audience, I can't have fun, right? And so I really, really want to thank you all for just tuning in and being a part of this. You know, it means the world to me because I enjoy it. I enjoy writing patterns and getting them out there. I love seeing the patterns, the projects that you make and the yarn choices that you choose and, you know, how you like add certain things to things, you know, making things and using your imagination and yarns and things. I just love all of that because I'm an artist at heart, you know. The last thing I wanted to ask you is, can you notice how much neater my back wall is? I spent 3 days. I totally emptied all of my shelves. I've got several bags over there of yarn that are ready to be donated. I've got some bags of other items that are ready to be donated as well. And I got it all cleaned up. And I have a little bit left on this side. And that's why we're nice and close. I don't want you to see what's going on over there. I have another shelf like these two over on that wall. And I kind of use it for my leftover, where I just have one skein of something that I don't know what to do with yet. So I'm going to be going through all of that. And I'm hoping to do some more mystery boxes through the year with some of the yarn. It's great yarn. A lot of it's newer stuff. I just have so much. It's time to give it away. So I hope we'll be doing some of those. And on that note, don't forget the February yarn giveaway. 4 skeins of this gorgeous yarn from Michaels. And of course, you're going to get this canvas bag. It's a good sturdy canvas bag with our Coffee and Crochet with Sara on it. All right. Now, just a reminder, if you want to be a part of that giveaway, you need to watch last week's video and just comment under last week's live video. I'll be drawing the name, not drawing, but we throw them into a random generator and just pick the name that comes up. It's a new year. Everybody can qualify. All you have to do is comment on last week's video, and then next Tuesday, I'll announce the winner of our February giveaway. All right, so I hope that answered some of your questions about sizing and crochet hooks, because obviously the size of your crochet hook does matter. And the other thing I wanted to, oh, she says my wall looks really good. Thank you. The other thing I wanted to mention about sizing and crochet hooks, when you buy a skein of yarn, we'll just use this one since it's here, you'll notice there is usually on the back, I don't know if you can see that on here. I'll tell you what, we'll go over here for a second, real quick, just 'cause I want you to see this. You'll see on here that it will tell you crochet hook, knitting needle suggestions. This says 5.5 millimeter. That's an I hook. It's a USI 9. Now, when a pattern designer designs a pattern, they may not use that size that's on there. For instance, if they want something to be big and open and lacy, they might use a bigger crochet hook. If they want it to be tight, like a really warm, tight blanket, they might go down. So my answer to that question, the question was, do they use the size hook on the yarn or the size on the pattern? And this is what I would tell you. First, do a swatch or a small section with the crochet hook that the pattern designer is asking you to use for that project. Because usually there's a reason if it's bigger or smaller than what is recommended on the yarn, okay? And then you can adjust from there. Maybe you don't want this particular blanket to be as open and lacy, or this particular shawl to be tightly stitched. And so you can kind of, you can kind of know. I got distracted by the question. I'll get your question in just a minute, Sandra. It's up to you, actually, if you want it to be as open or tight, and also your tensioner gauge. Okay? How do you know a troll? A troll. Oh, when somebody's putting bad things on. Okay, so I had some issues with a troll this last week, as a matter of fact. And what usually happens is, on YouTube, if anyone uses profanity or certain words that are unkind, then that goes into what's called held for review. And they give me the opportunity to read it and see if it's okay. Okay. The other thing I see, Sarah's little corner says, if there's a link, and that's the other thing. Never ever put your links, email address, or any of that, and if there is a link, it automatically takes it out. It won't put it in. That's why when I have giveaways and people start putting their email addresses, you won't win, because it automatically goes into that held for review, and then it gets taken away. Okay? If they're posting, it doesn't have, she said a Russian name. It doesn't have to be a Russian name. Sometimes it's just someone that thinks it's funny to do unkind things. And so me and other people read through my comments all the time. And there's a lot of times I don't even see them because they've taken care of them. And also they go into that held for review, and then I get to, she says there's a message above that needs to be removed. All right. Well, I'll be able to check on that when we're done. I can't do it right now, of course, but I'll check on it when we're done, and I will make sure. Yes, we do get trolls from time to time. There's just people out there trying to do nonsense or just being unkind. A lot of it ends up being high school kids and college kids that think it's funny. I get called all kinds of names and things, and I don't mind. She missed my birthday. My birthday is actually on Saturday, February 12th. But our party, our virtual Friday Fun birthday day, is going to be on our Friday Fun day on Friday. Okay? All right. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is let you all go. And I want you all to have a wonderful week. And I know I keep glancing over to the comments. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. And I do have, my husband is moderating. So y'all should know that from a couple weeks ago when he came in and said, something's wrong here. Okay, so yeah, don't worry about it. My husband reads through everything and monitors everything to keep us all safe, okay? Alrighty. So I'm going to let you go. And the last thing I want to tell you is thank you, because I can't do any of this without all of you. And I'll see you next week now. Bye-bye.